You're watching Fox 10 AZAM with Troy Hayden, Celeste Rodriguez, Ron Hoon, Renee Nelson, and Corey McCloskey.
Consumer alert, prices for tomatoes could go up this summer. We could see shortages of tomatoes. Are you kidding me? U.S. Commerce Department is terminating an agreement on fresh tomatoes with Mexico.
So the U.S. will start adding a 17.5% tariff on imported Mexican tomatoes. Marcy is live with a produce expert, our Willie Itule
here.
He
knows his produce.
Yeah, he does.
We get so much produce from Mexico, especially during certain times of the year. It comes right through Nogales and right up into our state.
That's absolutely right, Troy and Celeste. I like to say Willy Wonka has his chocolate factory, but Willie Itule has this amazing produce mecca. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're talking tomatoes.
Talking tomatoes.
And there's an update in the world of tomatoes right now. Give us the rundown on what's going on.
Well, as of yesterday, there is now going to be a 17.5% tariff for tomatoes that are coming from Mexico into the United States.
Yes.
And the tomato suspension has been dissolved. They're still renegotiating, so I think that's a very positive thing. But as of right now, any tomato coming into the United States from Mexico is going to have a 17.5% tariff on it.
At this point, do we think that consumers are already going to start to feel it today?
I think basically you're going to see it probably within a week or so, because they still have to be coming in and they've got to get to the stores and to the restaurants and things like that, the wholesalers. But you are going to definitely see that as long as the tariff still is being charged on the tomatoes coming in.
Now, you've been in the produce business for a while, even though you still look very young. Don't worry, Willie.
Thank you.
But is this something that people should panic about? Do you think that there's going to be a tomato shortage because of this? Or do you think that really this is the first day that the negotiations have started?
Well, the negotiations have been going on, but that's gone. But reality is no, there's not going to be a shortage. You might pay a little bit more, but we're kind of lucky here in the United States because now starting in June, there's going to be a lot more tomatoes grown in California and in Florida. So that's going to take some of the pressure off. Once again, produce is pretty much supply and demand. So now you're going to have the supply coming up and the demand is going to still be there. But we're coming into tomato time right now. Tomato time, and you're going to get some great stuff out there. And once again, during the summer months is when tomatoes really taste like
it's their time to shine.
That's it. We get used to having tomatoes year-round, which we should. But now if you really want a good tomato, get ready, because a lot of this stuff in California and Florida and even in the Midwest, everybody's got a little tomato patch that they're growing on. So take advantage of that. But there's
Speaking of taking advantage, tell us what kind of, you have a ton of variety out here.
Well, you know what? Tomatoes have become so popular and they're so healthy for you, which is a very good thing. We have cluster tomatoes. These are the heirloom cherry tomatoes.
Ooh, heirloom sounds rich.
These two are out of Mexico. Right here, we've got some heirloom tomatoes that are actually from Canada.
Okay.
So they're shipping them to us on that.
Yes.
Of course, we've got Roma tomatoes and we've got cherry tomatoes. These cherry tomatoes right here are actually grown in Florida. We brought them across the country because it was the best. It was the best quality that we could find, which is what we're always looking for.
I know
in
this
the
is hard
business.
for you, but Willie, what is your personal favorite type of tomato?
You know what? I think the heirloom tomato.
They're gorgeous.
They're good. If you don't refrigerate it, leave it out. Leave it out on there, and almost where it's getting a wrinkle to it, just where you think you're almost going to throw it away.
Yeah.
If you use it, you're going to get the real flavor.
Botox is not their friend. You want wrinkles.
You want that on that deal. And the big question that everybody asks also is it a fruit or is it a vegetable?
And you say?
We call it here a fruitable. It's a fruitable. So we don't. But
why choose when you can have both?
When you have both, kind of there. So, but summertime's coming up. Tomatoes are going to be outstanding.
Love it.
The price might go up a little bit, but don't worry. Let's get off the brakes just a little bit, and you're going to enjoy.
Let's just enjoy tomato time.
It's
perfect.
Tomato time.
Thank you so much, Willie. A pleasure as always. Guys, back to you.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, we are.
And
we need some
I
fresh.
have to say, you knew all of your names of tomatoes. She's like, that's a cluster tomato. I said, no, it's a hothouse. She's like, no, it's a cluster. And she was right.
I should have bet you because you asked me how much money I had in my wallet.
I did.
He was ready to bet.
I did.